I have to tell you that I have a WhatsApp group.
Yes.
All of them members are a student who is starving for learning English.
Oh, wow, that's really good. And are they from Iraq or from all over the world?
From all over the world.
All over the world. Wow, that's pretty great.
Yeah, and some of them they are great in speaking, and they send voices message. Some of them they still struggling with this, and they write. And like a small community, we help each other.
Yes.
If someone make a mistake, we correct to him or to her. But I want from you some tips for these people as a teacher.
So if they are more visual, yes, they have, I would say they're more comfortable with writing and with reading, and they don't really want to talk, and they don't feel, I mean, maybe they like to talk like normal people, but it takes time and effort, right?
Yeah.
So it depends also, you probably know extroverted people and introverted people, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think you are quite extroverted, as I am. And I think lots of people, if they don't have any problem talking or something like that, then they are more extroverted. The tips, I would say, just to stick, to accept the style of a student or the person first. That's number one. Okay.
Yeah.
Don't force the person to be something he's not. I mean, we can develop this. Everything can be taught,
but not enforcing them.
No. I remember when I was small, when my brother was little, even he's like 50, and he was writing with his left hand. Okay.
Yeah.
You probably know this. So at that time, because he's 50, so that was a long time ago, they forced the child, because that's how it was, to change and to start writing, to learn how to write with your right hand.
Right hand.
Now he can write with both.
See, he's a professional.
Yeah, so he can write. So now they just leave the person. I mean, they don't really force anything anymore. But I think that's much better. I mean, you can develop that later, of course, and you need, we don't read anymore. What happens now when we have a phone? We just we send LOL, we send smiley face, right? We don't really write like this so much, right? We don't write.
Yes.
Right? We type, we forgot how to write, basically. And we don't really type so much. We have tools how they correct our English. I know that there's a software. You write a letter, you write a resume, you write a cover letter, and then you just put it in a software, or you scan, the software scans that. And
I think it makes it easy
it
for
makes
us.
it easy, of course.
Yeah.
But we don't use our brains anymore in that way. We use it for something else, of course, and that's fine. But that's the reason also why our grammar is so poor, because we don't really write things down anymore. So if you are visual and you don't know how to speak, then you have to develop that skill. But if it's vice versa, then you have to write things down eventually, not in the beginning, eventually, slowly, right?
Yeah.
But if you are visual as it is, then go with this. Go with pictures. Sorry. Like whatever. Because I used to be very visual. I was drawing, I was writing.
Yeah, people love to see what they want to see.
Yeah.
And I think some of them it makes easy for them.
Yes, exactly. So also when you are I'm going to give a very simple example. You're a married guy. I'm not. I'm single. But if I meet a guy that I like, okay, and I really want to connect with him, I try to be on the same level. And, you know, we say report to, you know, so it's like a mirror. So we show each other mirrors. We are not the same in communication. We are, you know, maybe he's trying to express himself verbally. He cannot. He would just like to touch me, you know? But he cannot just touch me. We just met. Right? So how are we going to communicate that I will not be stressed or something? He will be relaxed. Step by step, I go, you know, 2 steps forward, he goes, you know, so we learn. This is how you learn from each other as well. But because we are different, right?
Yeah, exactly. Because everyone have his own way to learn.
Yes, yes, exactly. That's exactly right. And what I'm just now, I haven't written so much. What makes you...
I thought you corrected me something.
Just a small thing. So why did you decide to do this, like, YouTube channel and the group? Wait, what WhatsApp group, and what's the...
Yes. Actually, my studied. I have a bachelor's degree in English language.
Oh.
And I graduated from my college in 2008.
Okay.
At that time,
Same as me.
I was. Yeah, so I know my age now. That's tricky.
High five. Okay. Now we know. Okay.
Yeah. So at that time, I was not interested about learning English, learning conversation, because I had a job, and a great job. I earning from that job good money. So I don't worry about learning something new. Just focus on my job, because I believed this job make me I through this job I will achieve many goals in my life. In 2019, I felt I am achieved many goals. This is the end of stage of my life. So I bought a car. I got married. I got children. A fancy house, a fancy car. I traveled a lot. So I decided I have one thing that I missed. What? Yeah. So I thought I have a degree in English literature. So, but I cannot communicate with people for 5 minutes or 10 minutes. So that's not okay with
Of course.
Yeah, that's not okay with me. So my goal this year in 2020, and I'm thankful to this quarantine. Actually, I get benefits. I get benefits from this quarantine. Maybe I am the first one, or I'm the first one who say I love the quarantine.
I am the second.
Good. Yeah, because in my work, I don't have to go out to work. My work, it's like online work. I work remotely, so it's okay with my work. So I told myself, yeah, this is the best time I have to improve my conversational skills. So I found Cambly.
And
I found Cambly. Yeah, and I subscribed for 1 year, and here I am. I almost I've been learning on Cambly almost 1 year.
Oh wow! And you improved. You can hear yourself. Yeah. You can see, right, how much you have improved. I'm sure.
Yeah, exactly. Because in my teenagers, I was listening to music, American music. You know, at that time, our teenagers, maybe you know about the bands, the Backstreet Boys, Westlife, NSYNC, Boyzone. These kind of bands. I was listening to them, but I understand it's like 50% from what the singer mean. But now, no, it's changed, completely changed. I understand all the song from the first minute to the last minute.
Yeah.
So I feel so happy with
Of
this
course,
journey.
no, that's great. That's really good. Of course, it's like, wow, yeah.
Yeah, I just like you said, I explore myself.
Yes, yes. Well, we need to, right? It's, I mean, some people more, some people less, right? Some people are comfortable where they are, or they get a job and they are just like, I'm just gonna keep this job, you know, until retirement, and I'm happy. And they maybe buy an apartment, maybe a car, of course, and that's it.
Yeah, that's our dream. In when we reach
Yeah.
20, we think like an old person who want to achieve more things for himself.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing is that your goals change. When you're 20, you have these goals, right? When you're 40,
Yeah,
you have other goals. And you know, okay, so I have a friend, he's what, 45 now? And he used to be, when I met him, he was a hairdresser, right?
yeah,
And then I was like, okay, so you're a hairdresser. Of course, this is something that's not okay to do, but you do it. When I was 20, 25, I did that much more than now. Um, and I said,
yeah,
okay, so you know, you're not so educated. So I said, okay, I'm going to keep the conversation simple. And then we haven't spoken in some time, like quite a long time. Then we got together again, and we, you know, hang out more and more and more. Now we are great friends. He lives in
yeah,
London. And all of a
yeah,
sudden, it was like, I think, because this has been going on for a long time, 7 years ago, something like that, he decided to go back to
yeah.
school. But like, you know, not just to do something, I don't know, be a technician or dental technician. No, I want to study anthropology. And I'm like, what are you going to do with anthropology, man?
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't need to study this.
And I'm like, I studied art history and sociology. There's nothing I can do with this degree. Not something, you know, tangible, visible. You can, you know, it's great to have this degree. I'm not complaining or anything, but you know what it is, because you
Yeah,
studied English literature, right? It's just a degree. You know, it's not a
yeah,
skill. It's not, you didn't learn something that, you know, I cannot make something, right? I cannot create something, or I can be a teacher. I
yeah,
know I learned a lot, but that's it. And then from being a hairdressing, having his own business and everything, he was a businessman more than a philosopher. Now I saw him just before COVID-19. I went to London, and I'm like, oh my God,
yeah.
you have really changed. I'm not really sure if I still like
Mm.
this. Like, of course I love him. He's my,
what he
so
become?
no, I mean, he lives a nice life. It's okay. He's an adventurer like me. But the thing is, the older I
Yeah,
am, the more comfortable I want to be in some aspects. I am, you know, I go around and I'm not attached to material things. But at the same time, when I'm 40, 45, I still want to have, okay, this is a nice place where I live. I slow down a little bit, and it seems like he lives a life of somebody that's still a student. Okay, and I have a friend like this also in Toronto, and she's the same age, and she also lives like that. And I'm, saying that's great. That's your lifestyle. I know myself. I can be like that, but I want to change because I want to be a mother one day. So I want to the conclusion is, if I want to act like a child or a student or whatever, I want to travel all the time, that's fine. But when you have a family like yourself, then you need certain things like a house maybe, or at least an apartment, so that's why the goals are changing through life, right?
Yeah, like I said, the goals, it's differs from one to another, because like you said, our goals in 20 is change. When we reach to 30, also it's change. I don't know, when we reach 40, I think it's a nightmare. How are you?
So I'm gonna tell you in 1 month. I'm gonna tell you in 1 month how do I feel? How I feel.
Yeah. No, I think you don't worry about that, because like you said, you are adventure. So
yes.
just like what they say, the age, it's just a number.
It is. I mean,
I think this is your motto in your life.
Age is just a number. Yes, it's not. I mean, I think it applies.
Don't be humble. Look at you, you're shining.
Yeah, well, I feel good, of course. I think if you do what you really want, sometimes it's difficult, right? Because it's maybe it doesn't give food, it doesn't provide you with enough money or funds to continue a certain adventure or lifestyle, right? Of course, that's why sometimes you take a job that just pays the bills, right? Or you take work, or project or something. But I think, okay, this is something that I think my generation, and you are the same generation, as I figured out. Yeah,
we are the same batch.
So I think we want something more. It's not just enough to have a good job, to get a car, into travel. It's not even enough that. It's like, why did I study English literature? Or why did I study art history? There's probably a reason. And then you go back to when you were 20 and you realize there was something there. There was probably a reason why I studied. So how come I'm not? And then you're discovering why, and how. Why and how. Those are very interesting and important questions. So what I did here in Toronto, because I moved here 7 years ago, I used to work in a bank for 1 year. So it's
really?
not a long time. No, it was not.
But
I tried many different things. Yeah, so
I think the people who work at the bank, they should have a degree in accounting.
Well, you know what, I'm finishing my degree in marketing management in financial services. So I'm gonna have a degree in financial services in August, hopefully.
That's great for you.
I decided to do something that's very different from my primal studies, my art history and sociology. And yes, I can work in a bank, I can work in an insurance company or whatever. I don't really want to. Marketing is something that I'm interested in. Marketing is very interesting to me. Yes, I like it. I think it's challenging. I think it's even important, especially now.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. So by speaking about marketing, you mean like how to convince people to buy this
something like that,
product?
Yes.
So you should watch a movie of Leonardo DiCaprio. I thought maybe I think you watched it before.
The Wolf of Wall Street. Yeah,
the Wolf of Wall Street.
Of course, yes. Wow, it was.
Yeah.
That was.
It's helped you with your career.
That was heavy, yeah, and it's even more amazing when you think about it, and you are like, this was actually true. This really happened. You know, he's a living being. He actually exists.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe someday. I saw you in YouTube like a wealthy woman who take her appliance.
Well, I am a teacher. There's I don't know how old is this expression or this term, teacherpreneur, which is a teacher but entrepreneur together. I am an entrepreneur. Yeah. I'm not just a teacher. I have been an entrepreneur many years now, and I had my own company. I was selling. I can show you. Actually, I still have it here. I was selling food supplements. So the reason why I look at this sun is because I'm taking.
Yeah, I saw one of your picture. You are carrying this, but I don't know about what.
It's a food supplement. So it's a mineral.
Food supplement.
Vitamins.
It's like
vitamins and minerals. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the reason and the secret behind your shining face. Oh.
Yeah. Now you know.
Yeah. I will buy.
You will. Okay. Good. I'll send you. You will give me the credit card information later. Okay.
Yeah.